When a light bulb in your house burns out, what do you think? You probably say, its time has come, right? Everything has an end. You buy a new one, screw it in, and life goes on. But what if I told you that bulb could actually be designed never to burn out? What if I told you that the reason the phone in your pocket, the printer on your desk, or the shoes on your feet break down on a specific date was decided back in the 1920s in a luxurious hotel room in Switzerland? You might call this a conspiracy theory, but unfortunately, this is not a theory. This is the largest, proven, documented, and still operational industrial manipulation upon which the modern economy is built. Today, I'm going to tell you why you are getting poorer, why your belongings are trash, and how the Phoebus Cartel plunged the world into darkness. Turn on the lights. It's time to see the truth. Our story begins in the heart of modern technology, California, but far from Silicon Valley, in a small fire station in Livermore. Hanging from the ceiling of Fire Station Number 6 is an ordinary-looking, hand-blown carbon filament light bulb. Its name, the Centennial Light. This bulb was first turned on in 1901. It was there before the Wright brothers made their first flight. It was burning before the Titanic sank. It saw 2 world wars. The Soviet Union was founded and collapsed. It was still burning. Humanity went to the moon, invented the internet, developed artificial intelligence. And that bulb has been burning almost continuously for over 122 years. Now stop and think. If a primitive bulb manufactured by the Shelby Electric Company with 1901 technology can last more than a century, how is it that your smart, expensive LED bulbs produced with the space-age technology of 2024 just go pop and die within 2 years? Did technology go backward? Did the engineers forget the formula? No. The answer is much darker. Technology didn't go backward. Technology was handcuffed by greed. Date, December 23, 1924. Location, Geneva, Switzerland. As the world prepared to celebrate Christmas, the top executives of the world's largest light and electricity companies gathered for a secret meeting. Who was at the table? Osram from Germany, Philips from the Netherlands, Compagnie des Lampes from France, General Electric from America. The ancestors of the brands you still use in your home today. On that day, at that table, the first global cartel in human history was founded, the Phoebus Cartel. Their goal was not to enlighten the world, quite the opposite. Their problem was this: light bulbs were too durable. If you sell a customer a light bulb that lasts for 50 years, when will that customer come back to your shop? Maybe never. This was a disaster for the companies. Sales were dropping, profits were melting away. And in that room, they made an incredible decision. They set a standard. The lifespan of light bulbs, which until then burned for an average of 2,500 hours, would be artificially reduced to a maximum of 1,000 hours. You heard that right. Engineers were instructed not to make things better, but to make products more fragile. This was shameful for an engineer. Imagine studying for years, trying to produce the best, but your boss comes in and says, "Break this. It lasts too long." But the cartel was ruthless. This wasn't just a verbal agreement. They established a full bureaucracy. The manufactured bulbs were regularly sent to a central laboratory in Switzerland to be tested. If a factory accidentally produced a very high-quality bulb, meaning if the bulb exceeded 1,000 hours, heavy fines were issued to that firm. The system worked like clockwork. Quality was punished. Fragility was rewarded. The light bulb lifespan, which was 2,500 hours in 1924, had dropped to exactly 1,000 hours by the 1940s, just as they wanted. Congratulations, they had succeeded. People were now buying bulbs more frequently, and the company's coffers were filling up. And they gave this concept a fancy name: planned obsolescence. Although the Phoebus Cartel officially disbanded with World War II, their ideas spread like a virus throughout the entire industry. It didn't stop at light bulbs. Look, let me give you another example: nylon stockings. When the DuPont company invented nylon in the 1940s, it was so strong that in advertisements they were towing cars with these stockings. They wouldn't tear, they wouldn't run. It was the perfect product, right? But DuPont executives put their heads in their hands. If these stockings never tear, who are we going to sell stockings to next year? And again, the same scenario. Chemists were ordered to ruin the formula. They made the nylon weaker, more prone to degradation in the sun. Those thin stockings you wear today that get a run on the very first wear are not an engineering failure. They are an engineering success, assuming you look at it from the perspective of corporate profits. Let's come to the present day. Has the situation changed? No, it has taken on an even more insidious form. Have you ever had your printer lock up with a warning like ink absorber full or parts end of life? It won't work even if it has ink inside? A Russian hacker found a secret chip placed inside some printers. Do you know what this chip was doing? It was just counting pages. When it reached a set number, for example, 10,000 pages, the printer would lock itself. It wasn't actually broken. The software was just giving it the order to die. When small pieces of software were released on the internet to reset this counter, those broken printers continued to work perfectly for years. Tech giants are also part of this game. Recently, Apple had to admit that it was deliberately slowing down older iPhone models with software updates. What was the justification? To preserve battery life. What was the actual goal? For your phone to become so slow that you would have a nervous breakdown and be forced to buy the new model. The result? Lawsuits and settlements worth millions of dollars. But compared to the money they made, these fines were just like a tip. So, who pays the price for this throwaway culture? The money coming out of your pocket is just the visible part of the iceberg. The real price is being paid by our planet. Go to Ghana. Look at the Agbogbloshie dump. Millions of devices that you threw away saying it's broken when in fact just the battery died or a tiny chip received a die order are forming mountains there. Toxic fumes, heavy metals leaching into the soil. The men sitting at that table in 1924 didn't just shorten the life of light bulbs. They shortened the life of the planet. They stole our resources, our future, and our children's clean air. The Phoebus Cartel may have disbanded, but its spirit lives on in every new phone launch that happens every year, in batteries glued in so they are impossible to repair, and in every item we throw in the trash just because it's out of fashion. That little bulb in Livermore is silently screaming a truth at us. We can do better. This cycle of consumption forced upon us is not a law of nature, it is a choice. Next time your device breaks, before rushing to buy a new one, stop and think. Is it really broken? Or was it wanted to be broken? Maybe you can repair it. Maybe you can resist. It is in our hands to illuminate this planned darkness over the world. If you think this video has created even a small crack in the perception of consumption forced upon you, hit the like button to help this truth reach more people. If you want me to open other dirty, hidden pages of history, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. I am Kürşat Çiçek. See you in the next file. Never stop questioning.